Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to share with you my top 5 free trading tools for stock trading. There are a lot of paid programs and subscription platforms like Bloomberg, Thomson Reuters, etc. But they are very expensive. And as you're starting out or still learning, you might as well use some of these free tools. By the way, if you find this video helpful, please smash the like button and subscribe. It really helps to support this channel. Okay, so the number 1 and my favorite trading tool is KoyFin. You can find all the links in the description below. KoyFin is a free, or at least free for right now, market information analytics database, all packaged in a super user-friendly interface. It is probably the best tool I've ever come across. Just sign up with your email and log in. Super easy. There's so much data and the information is so good. You'll definitely need this tool to do all your fundamental and market analysis. So here, let me walk you through it so you can see what I mean. Once you log in, this will be your default homepage. The main controls and navigations are on the left side. Right now, we are at the section called Today's Market. In the middle, you can view the market performance charts of any of the available market index, equity sectors, fixed income, currency, global market, ETF, or even commodities. Right now, the graph is showing the chart of the Dow Jones, S&P 500, and the Nasdaq. But you can easily change to view other securities by clicking on the different boxes. For example, let's unclick these and then let's select energy, financial, and technology sectors. As you can see, the finance and energy sectors have been lagging, but in the past few weeks they have dramatically outperformed, and it seems the momentum have shifted to a more optimistic recovery mode. Next, if we move down, we have top news. Here you can see all the latest news and even the latest tweets. Then we have market movers. Here you can see what stocks are actively trading based on its performance relative to its average volume. Here it looks like McDonald's is the biggest loser, down 2.44% on 2.2 times its normal volume. If we're interested in McDonald's, then we'll do further research to see why and if we should buy or sell this name. Next, we have your main dashboard. This is the standard template. At the top is the watch list, and you can edit and add stocks that you like. You can drag and drop to look at its historical price, and you can even compare its performance to other stocks. So for example, if I want to take a look at another stock, say DocuSign, I would move it here. I would see its new historical performance, see how it's done. If I want to compare it to other stocks like Pinterest and Square, I put it in here, and now you can see all the different variations of the performance. Next, we have the market dashboard. Here you can have a good view of the performance of many markets and securities. There's so much data that is actually very overwhelming, but very interesting to see. For beginners, looking at the US sector is very useful to see how each US market sectors have done. It can give you a good starting point of where to begin your research on the next stocks or sectors that you think will outperform. Now for the fun stuff, security analysis. This section will be the most important when you're doing stock analysis. It will provide you with the financials of each company you're researching, and even breaks down into specific multiples and valuation metrics. Of course, there are sites that may provide you these information as well, but it is so good to have it all in one place like you do here. Okay, so going down, the overview section is very good for a quick overview. You will find all the useful key data, performance returns, valuation metrics, and even analyst estimates. This is just a highlight, so definitely as you do your own research, you will need to click on the specific sections to gather the information you may want, such as the descriptions, estimates, price target, estimate trends. Next, we have the detailed financial analysis section. Here you will have even more detailed data. You can view the income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, valuation multiples, etc. I use this a lot to get the data I need to value and compare different companies. Then further down, you have news, company filing. Company filing is key, as there are a lot of valuable information if you actually read the company's filings. It is also great because you can download the report directly here instead of having going to the SEC website. Lastly, at the bottom, there's a graph section that you can use to do your technical analysis. Overall, this is one of the most amazing tools available. I use it a lot every day when I do my stock analysis. Oh, and did I tell you all this is free? Crazy, right? One day they may start charging a fee in the near future, but right now it's free, so definitely sign up and start using it. By the way, full disclaimer, I'm not affiliated with them in any way and do not get any payment for recommending this tool. Next, and number 2 on the list, is FinViz. This is what I use to scan for stocks to trade, get quick market overviews, and glance at basic fundamentals. FinViz is very easy to use and ideal for beginners. The menu has a lot of options and an easy to use drop-down menu. And best of all, most of the functions are free. First, let me quickly walk you through the homepage, which features a general overview of the global stock market. Here you have the daily candlestick charts for the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P 500. Below the candlestick charts, you have different tables listing the top gainers, new highs, overbought, top losers, new low, oversold, etc. Then you have a heat map, some technical indicators, headlines and market news. You also have an economic calendar, some recent insider sales and buys, and some futures and forex data. But the 2 most valuable functions are the news and this free screener. Stock market news is very important, as this is the key to selecting winning stocks and making the right decisions when it comes to entering and exiting a trade. The news page provides a list of the latest news from all the reputable sources and even blogs. Every day I will check this list to get to up-to-date current financial news and also to keep a pulse on any interesting ideas. Next is the free screener. This free tool is pretty advanced and lets you filter stocks by descriptive, technical, or fundamental indicators. Under descriptive, you can choose many criteria depending on your investment strategy. But in general, if I was looking for a safe value stock, I would like it to be about 2 billion to 10 billion market cap, have a positive dividend yield, have average volume of at least 1 million. Analyst recommendation should be a buy or better, and I only trade US stocks. Then I will go to the fundamental section. Here I would like price to free cash flow to be under 20, sales growth in the past 5 years to be positive, operating margins to be positive, and sales growth quarter over quarter to be positive. The list automatically updates and comes up with some really interesting names. This is a good starting point of your research. Albertsons shows up and is a stock I actually really like and also own. Virtu is also a good one, which does all those high frequency trades. So now let's say, for example, you like Albertsons. Then you put ACI into the search tool. Here you will have a good overview of ACI. First, we have ACI's monthly chart. It recently IPO'd in July, but as you can see, that is trading between the range of $13 and $16, with resistance at 16 and support at 13. The data is limited and the free version does not allow you to look at other time frames. I'll share with you a better technical trading tool later in this video. Further down, you have lots of key fundamental data that gives you a quick snapshot of how the company is doing. And then you have some recent analyst ratings. You have related news, some recent tweets on the right, and at the bottom, some more financials and even recent insider trades. Here you can see that management has been buying since August. This is a good, strong sign of support from ACI's management. Overall, this tool is great for beginners. It offers a lot of useful and valuable information. Next, and number 3, is the Yahoo Finance website and or the Yahoo Finance app. Here's the website version. It's a good site to keep watch and get general news on how your stock is doing. It is also a good source to get some really good quick overview and key information. For example, on the right, I have my watch list. This is my sell put list. Selling put is a great way to make money, and I'll do another video on that soon. So here, for example, if you look at Revolve stock, RV, LV, you'll get a really good summary of its key financial information, the stock's performance chart, and you can also change the time frame. You can look at the relevant information such as the current price, volume, market cap, dividend, P ratio, etc. Underneath, you will see the relevant news related to Revolve. I tend to use the stats section a lot. Here, you can get a quick highlight of all the key financial information such as profit margins, return on assets, etc. When I'm quickly looking through this, I usually look to see if the company has been growing in terms of revenue growth, if it makes profit in terms of EBITDA numbers, and if earnings are growing. Then I'll quickly glance at the balance sheet to make sure that they have cash, low debt, and of course free cash flow, because you want to make sure that any company you invest in is generating excess cash year over year. Here, you can see that the financials for Revolve looks pretty good. Although sales are down 2% year over year, it's making tons of profit considering it's an apparel company operating during this pandemic. Lastly, I also like to pay attention to the moving average numbers. It's more of a technical analysis, but I like to see that the 50-day moving average is moving higher than the 200-day. This is showing that within the last 50 days, the average price is higher than the average for the past 200 days. This means positive price momentum and is a good sign that the market is bullish on this stock. Sometimes I'll go into the financial sections. However, for more detailed financials, I prefer KoyFin's data a lot better. So I don't use this data for deep analysis much, but just to quickly glance over for key signs, such as if the company has been beating earning estimates in the past quarter, which is what you want to see in a good, strong companies, and if revenues and earnings have been growing. Here, Revolve has been consistently beating earning estimates and revenue has been growing, at least pre-pandemic. Thus, this is reflected in the price as it has gone up almost 300% since hitting bottom in March. Overall, Yahoo Finance is a great site for quick stock information and also to track the stocks you own or are watching. The app actually also has a notification option so that it will alert you when the stock you're watching hits the price you want, which is a very useful tool. Next, when you're trading stock, you also need to learn the lingo. Hence, number 4, we have Investopedia. I won't go over too much because it's basically a dictionary and a Wikipedia source for everything finance related. So for example, you can go into the dictionary section under education. Here you can research and learn about the terms that you just heard or want to know more about, such as short selling or stock options. You can also use the search function to look at specific words or subjects you want to learn more about. Overall, very useful and highly recommended for beginners. Next, at number 5, we have TradingView, which is a great site for technical analysis. TradingView is a web-based charting and analysis site with a social network community for sharing and discussion. There's a free and paid version, but the free version still offers the majority of TradingView's functionality and is definitely more than enough for beginners. On the home page, you have editorial articles and market summary. On the right, you can create your own watch lists. But of course, the main and most important function is the chart. So let's put in Revolve since I like that stock, RVLV. This page gives you a nice simple chart of Revolve's performance. Further down are ideas or analysis on Revolve that is shared by other members. On the right, there's a ranking on what the technical says about Revolve, which here is a buy. However, do your own research and don't just depend on the site analysis, as we don't know how they came up with that. Below are some financials, profile, and news. Now for the best part. Let's go back up and click on this button, Full Featured Chart. Here, this takes you to a larger chart where you can do your technical analysis. The drop-down menus are very easy to use. For example, if you want to compare Revolve with other stocks or the market index, just click on Compare, and then you can add any stocks or any index that you want on this list. But the best function is the indicator button. By clicking on this, you can add all the technical indicators that is important to you. For me, I added the MACD crossover, RSI alert, and support and resistance. If you click on the built-in button, there are tons of indicators that you can choose from. Under public library, there are scripts that other members have written that you can also use. However, since this is the free version, you're limited to just 4 as compared to the unlimited for the paid version. Coming back to the chart, I'm able to see that Revolve has a lot of resistance or selling pressure at 24. It has a lot of support at 16. Hence, it gives me a good idea of where to buy and where to sell. Currently, Revolve is trading around 23. But what is interesting is that Revolve is making higher highs and is showing very strong upside momentum. I think it could retest the 24 level, and if it breaks through, then it will go even higher. Again, I'm not a technician or expert, but I find that this site is definitely very useful to help you learn and do some of your own technical analysis. Lastly, for those that watched this far, our bonus tool number 6. This is one of my favorites for fundamental analysis, GuruFocus. GuruFocus is an online financial news and research platform that focuses on what the stock market's insider and most well-known investors are trading. The site tracks the trading action of fund managers and wealthy individuals, but it also has a comprehensive stock scanner, real-time news, and very extensive fundamental analysis data. GuruFocus is quite expensive if you want the premium version, but the free version is pretty good and is definitely very useful for beginners looking to advance their research to the next level. Thus, I will only go over features that are free and available. The main free function I use is the stock summary. So let's stick with Revolve since we've been talking about it. If I put in RVLV and I go to the summary, I get this great dashboard summary of very valuable information and key ratios, as well as his ratings on financials and profitability ranks as compared to his peers based on specific indicators. Again, you should always do your own research, but this is definitely very useful. Here, Revolve is showing very strong financials, 8 out of 10, because as we've seen earlier in the Yahoo Finance site, Revolve has $150 million in cash and only $15 million in debt. Its profitability rank is only 4 out of 10, as its margins are quite low since it operates in the apparel business and has only recently become profitable. However, we also view it as a growth company, so we do expect it to be less profitable as it focuses on growing. Next, you have valuation ranks. Here you can see how its PE and other key ratios compare to the industries. If you watch our other videos, we really like EV to EBITDA and also price to operating cash flow. At 18.16 price to operating cash flow, it's not bad, considering if Revolve can return to high growth post-pandemic. Okay, so that's it for today. And here's my final tip and reminder. Always do your own research. Although these tools are useful, they are just tools to help you do your own research and reach your own analysis. Don't just rely on analyst rankings or site recommendations. They have nothing to lose if they're wrong. Thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe.